Welcome everybody to the stream. All right. I said we get started at 9:45. It's almost 9:50. So you guys that are here, welcome. Hopefully some guys will come in as we get going here. And obviously this will be saved on my channel, so you can go back and look at it here in a little bit. Um, Welcome, Berserker. All right, so it's 9:50. You want to go ahead and get started. So a couple of things. I know we wanted to talk about 95, and it's one of my favorite plays. But a big thing with play calling is huge with the air raid because there's not that many plays. And I intentionally put this screen up here. When I'm coming to the line of scrimmage, I actually don't use this view. I'm always here, and I'll use that. Okay. And the way I read this is I'm always looking at the grass. So for me, I'm looking at where the Y is going at the sideline. Okay. Or I'm looking, or excuse me, the Y receiver, the H receiver. The Y is actually Mingo on the right. So I'm looking at where he's going, which is where the safety is on the left-hand side. Same thing with Chark on the backside on the backside post curl. Okay, but when I come up to the line of scrimmage, the first thing I'm looking at is depth of the corners. Okay, so I'm looking left to right across the secondary. So what I'm looking for is number one, depth of the corners, and then I'm looking for where the safeties are. Is it one high? Is it two high? Okay. What's up, Buff? Make sure you jump in, man, because you're just as good at this as I am. But what I'm looking for is where the possible coverage is. Okay. So big key here is we've got corners that are sitting at 7 yards off. Okay, that's a big tell that it's probably match quarters or a drop four. Okay. So in this situation, I'm now looking at the box. Okay, so this is 3-3 will. So we're looking at quarters, 3-3 will. So you can see there's a 5-man box. So I'm immediately, I don't have audible set up here. I'm immediately setting up and going to a run. Okay, and I would just go inside. For me, it'd just be inside zone. Like I said, I haven't set up any audibles here. So I would immediately be setting up, a run here. So let's go in and look at something that you're more likely to run this play against. Let's go cover 6. Ready. And again, I'm probably still going to run this ball, but when you call 95, so 95 is a huge third down call. Obviously, you can run it on any down. There's no problem doing that. It's one of my favorite plays. So I will call it first down, second down, third down, fourth down. Doesn't matter. You're liable to see this play at any point in time, and that's in real life or on Madden. The big thing for me is I'm looking at where my grass is, okay, and how many yards do I need to have. So in this situation, obviously we're 1st and 10, so I'm looking to get 10 yards. Okay, again, I'm looking left to right. I see a corner down on the left, 2 high safeties, 1 corner back on the back. It's cover 6. Okay, so I know at that point I'm going to have cover 2 on the left, working to the backside. Okay. Now, the thing that most people don't know about Y cross is that Y cross can have several different progressions. Okay. So obviously everybody knows the progression of, oh, I'm gonna peak the vertical, throw the outside, nope, 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 bam. Okay, it's all the way across. So what we're looking at is you peak the vertical. Okay, any type of movement. Okay, any type of movement for that safety that direction. Okay, he's a half safety. Okay, any type of movement in that direction. I'm now coming to the H, which is Thielen, the wide receiver. Okay, from there you go to the wide receiver, which is the A, it's Mingo. Right, then to the backside curl, and then to the running back. Okay, so everything here, obviously, if you're peaking this, they used to be able to throw vertical here. The safeties are much better this Madden at getting over to that. That used to be the throw that I made every single time on this. Safety gets over there now, so I do not throw that under any circumstances. You're asking, especially against users, you're asking to get picked off. Right? So if I see that guy down, I know at that point I am changing my progression. Okay? Because I know he's a cover 2 corner. Right? Let's go replay. So I know he is a cover 2 corner. Right? So he's going to be in the flats. So this guy is now dead. Right? He's in the flats. I know this safety's playing a half. This vertical is now dead. I am starting my progression at my Y. This guy over here. Okay? Starting the progression at the Y. What that does is that means I'm going Y, Z, running back. Okay? So pre-snap, now I'm still going to look here. Okay? Because they might do something silly like drop him out. Right? We have the big thing in our league right now is people running 3 sky, just generic cover 3 with press, so it looks like something that it might not be. So I'm always going to look at it, but I know I'm getting to the backside. Okay? I know I'm getting to the backside. So for me, and I'm going to try to do this with this angle because I don't usually play here. Right? But I'm going Y. Okay? Y. There. Right, does that make sense to everybody? Obviously, you want to try to throw it away from pressure. The big thing with that route, is you probably need to conservative catch that, because what's going to happen is that safety is going to come up. They're going to press A, and then you're going to end up with a mess. Okay. Now, what do you do if you see a cover 6 like this? Well, if you have it, I'm going to tag the backside on a post. Right? Because what has to happen now is that safety has to help with the cross. If he doesn't, the cross is going to be open. The post should be open over the top. And bam. And I get sacked. Of course I do. I lead the league in sacks with this defense, and I don't even have freaking Burns right now. He's hurt. I forgot to change him. Of course I did. Oh, I don't want to do that. Post. Okay, now, obviously, you have to have Hot Route Master to do this, or wide receiver that has it. But that's where you would try to go with that. Okay? So, versus cover 6, obviously, front side is kind of being taken away from you. So, you're going to want to do something different there. Okay? Let's go cross. Let's go cover 3 seam. Right? Now we're going to look at it the same way. Okay, same way. Now I'm looking at this going one high. Okay, that one high safety is in trouble. Okay, they can play the backside of this a whole lot easier and um, than playing the two high. Okay, but they're going to struggle with the front side. Okay, cover three. I'm looking over here. I got a Friday concept on the front side. I can run that. So I'm just looking at what I have here. Bam. I'm going to throw this into this intentionally. I'm going to do that on purpose because, again, where you start your progression is important. Y is not there. There. Okay. Obviously, I'm getting through this really fast because I know what's coming open. Right. So you can see the guy playing outside. He zones off. Sack. In fact, has nine sacks in our CFM. So I don't know how that work. How everybody else's sacks are. We have a lot of people complaining about our pass rush and our defenses, but still leading the league in sacks. And Burns is out for 4 weeks. All right, so I'm out here, not there, there. Again, same thing. Now with this, I'm looking at one high because it might be regular cover three. It might be something different. It might be, blitz is coming, whatever it is. I see 6 in the box. Run is dead, so I know I want to throw this ball. Okay. So I'm going, for me now, I'm peeking the X. I'm assuming the X is dead because that corner is way off. Okay. So I'm assuming pre-snap that's not there. Okay. Assuming pre-snap that's not there. So I'm starting at the Y. Okay. I'm looking at the grass at the arrow. Okay. So about where Thielen crosses Harrison's route here. Okay. About where he crosses his route. That's where I want to have my eyes when I'm reading this. So the second that defensive that overhang runs outside and plays outside leverage on that, I don't want to throw it. If that makes sense. I'm moving on to the Y, which is Mingo. Okay, so I'm going Thielen, Mingo, Chark, Sanders. Oh, I'm gonna take it. Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, let's say he took it. Okay, well, I get sacked, but I would still get to the backside. Right. I rarely get to running back on this. Rarely get to the running back on this. So the big thing here is to just make sure we're going through the progressions here. Now, if I need something to beat that coverage, okay, to beat that coverage, I've got to take advantage of what they're doing. Okay, so if I want to get, so this is 3 seam. I want to get that linebacker out of the way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my running back. I'm going to tag him on an out. Okay, so if you know anything about 3 seam, right now the game doesn't play it exactly right. Okay, so just be aware of that. 3 seam should have a fast 3. Well, fast 3 should be the linebacker, right to the right hand side there, taking him out. Okay. Bam. That's got caught up in it. Okay. So same thing. Calling on an out. Oh, no, yes. All right. Now, the other thing you can do with this is one of my favorites. Okay. Call it double under. Okay. Call this double under. Double under is we're going to take our H receiver, which is Thielen. We'll put him on a drag. We're going to take our running back, Sanders. Obviously, you can do it out of 2-back as well. Okay. We're going to take Sanders and put him out the front side. Okay. Now, here you go. Bang, bang, bang. Okay. It gives the defense a little more to deal with. Allows more to come through. Bang, bang. All right, I don't like it. I'm going here. Of course, he knocks it out. That doesn't change what my progression is, okay? So my progression is still, right, I know by the depth of the corner, my progression is still X is going to be a peak because I assume he's going to be dead. Y is now, Thielen is now going to become my backside flat route. Okay, and Sanders is now going to become my front side. Okay, Sanders is now going to be my front side. Okay, it's not there. Fine. So it's still front side flat, Y cross, backside post curl, backside flat. Okay. So let's take a look at different coverage. This is one that I see a lot. This defense doesn't have it. This one might. Over 3 buzz seam. Okay. So, looking at this, right? Looking at this, number one, first thing you should see if you're looking across is corners have depth. Okay. Corners have depth, right? There is nobody over Thielen. Okay. Nobody over Thielen. That is a dead giveaway that safety is rolling down. Okay? Dead giveaway the safety is rolling down. Right? Progression doesn't change, though. I see the corner off. I'm going to peek Harrison. He's probably not going to be there. I'm going Thielen, Mingo, Chark, Sanders again. Progression doesn't change. Okay? Now the ball is getting out way faster. Y cross. Okay. Now I'm going to be honest, I'm never going to throw anything but that out if I'm running this. Now, if I'm in a third down situation, I need it longer. I have to be careful with this because now that safety is in play. Okay. I know, Buff, you mentioned that it doesn't always work the same for you. So jump in here, see something that every single time. It is H on the out, Y on the cross, Z on the post curl, running back flat. Okay, every single time. Right? There aren't really a whole lot of tags that you would really add to this. You might be able to add a hitch to it if you just wanted to throw it right now, but that linebacker is going to get in play. Out is probably a better route. Okay, the out is a better route. If you really wanted to get cute, you could do some other stuff. You could do a slant. You could do a zig. Right? Not really much of a point in doing that, but you could. The out is there. The base play works really well for that. Okay? Base play works really well for that. Any questions so far, guys? So, big coverage that we see a lot in our CFM is 3 sky, okay, and there's a good reason for it. Just so you guys see it, 4 verticals, right? The big thing with cover 3, 4 verticals. You're running down the seams, okay. You're gonna have guys open every single time, okay. That ball too far outside, but you're gonna have guys open. But what 3 sky does is 3 sky, you'll notice 3 sky they try to put hand. Of course, I called the wrong play. 3 sky. They do put hands on the receivers. Okay, the guy on the right didn't do a great job of it, but they do try to put hands on the receivers. So that's a big thing. Okay, so running Y cross again. I'm looking at. I see one high safety. I see corners off. Okay, I'm thinking cover 3 of some form, right? It's either going to be cover 3 sky. It's going to be 3 seam, or it could be cover 1. Cover 1. The big difference in cover 1, you actually see a difference in the defensive line. There's actually not a difference in how the coverage looks in the secondary. Okay, so again, doesn't change. Okay, peeking the X or peeking the X receiver, Harrison Jr. I'm looking at the short route, the H route to the Y cross, the post curl to the back. Okay, take it. It's covered. Of course he does. But again, you see he's open. He's got to actually hit the pass. Big thing about zone drop coverages is the game does a really good job of sitting in those windows. So when you're running a spread set like this, like zone, the 3 sky that we see in our league, we see a ton of it versus under center stuff. We see a ton of it versus compressed sets. Okay. So you're going to see a lot of that stuff, in those situations. And spread like this, if people aren't scared of your 4 verticals, your deep game as an air raid team or run and shoot, either one is doing this because I'm running this out of a 10 personnel set. If they're not scared of this, then it's a problem. Okay, so I'm gonna look. Oh, I got him. See him back off. And again, I'm looking at the grass that they're running into. Okay, looking at the grass they're running into. Watch him turn his back. Bam, got him. Okay. Everybody thinks, oh, Y cross, you got to throw the Y cross. That's not necessarily the case. Can I throw the Y cross? Sure, I could. But then this route's not great here. I need to have somebody other than Mingo in there. Okay, but that's going to be wide open 9 times out of 10. Okay, ideally you want to throw the ball there. 1, 2, 3, all out. Okay, the big thing that I find with Madden is this should be a 3-step drop with the quarterback. So you'll see me a lot of times just back up with the route. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And I'm trying to throw the first look off of that. 1, 2, 3, ball. 1, 2, 3, ball. Okay. Coverage. Let's go. Cover 9. Okay. Now I don't usually see cover 9 unless we're running trips, but something to look at. Actually, you know what? Let's go with dime. I've got a linebacker on Thielen right here, and that's not a great matchup for the defense. They don't have 9 in here. Tell you what, let's go DB blitz, man to man. Okay. I think this is something that a lot of you guys that are not playing in CFM see a lot of this. Okay. Number 1, I'm looking at a 5-man box. Okay. I'm probably running this football. I don't care whether it's 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. I'm probably running this football. Okay. as an air raid coach, what I'm looking at is, okay, if I get to 4th and 2, they're not going to stop my quick game. Okay? So there's where I'm looking, trying to make sure I get to a matchup that's good for me. Okay? Now, two things here. Number one, we know it's coming double off the edges, right? And more than likely people are pinching down. So I don't see a ton of that. You know, we don't allow pinching unless you're in the red zone. I don't see a ton of dime because I'd run a lot with a tight end. So if you go 11 personnel, you'll see more nickel matching up with a linebacker, right? So again, this doesn't really change. So I can see cover zero. You can see the corners. They're playing off. But look where the safeties are. Safeties are now down and wide right over top of the slots. Dead giveaway that blitzes are coming. I know it's coming. Okay? A couple of different ways to handle it. Number one is just to keep it the same, but you got to get the ball out. Okay? So, same thing. Bam, bam, bam. Ball out. Okay? Aggression does not change. Aggression does not change. Look. Unless that dude is sitting right off the edge, he's not getting there. Okay. Every time I'm not gonna sit there and skip a progression. Understand? I'm not gonna skip. I'm gonna do it here just for you guys. I'm not going to skip. It's because I could. I'm not going to. Okay. Obviously, because you're asking to get more pressure by doing it that way. Okay. See, it's a more the pass is more contested that way. Okay. Does that make sense? I'm just throwing it. Get the ball out. Ooh, good luck. All right. Any other coverages you got? I've got a couple other I want to show you guys as far as plays actually in the let's go cover 2-man. It's been a big one for us lately. That's what everybody wants to run on 3rd and longs and everything else. Okay. So a couple of things with this. Number one, I'm not changing the progression. Okay. Unless I make a tag and then I might go backside here. Right? So running 2-man, obviously 2-man we're going to see a lot in 3rd and long situations. Okay? If you have draw's a great play here. Okay? Inside zone's a great play here. Because you're going to handle everybody. Again, we're in a dime, they're matched up. Okay? There's a 5-man box. The defensive tackle is on the tackle. We got great angles. We're going to be able to run the football. Okay? This is when quarterback would audible to a run. And again, I have an RPO in here because that's what's on the audibles. So I'm not going to mess with it right now. But again, same thing. What are we changing to? Okay, what's our progression? Progression does not change. Now, I see the corner is now pressed. One, it's a dead giveaway that it's 2-man. Okay, it's a dead giveaway that it's 2-man. Number two, I see the corner up, and I know I'm going to have a shot there, but I know the safety's coming to help. I know I've got a shot with Thielen. Okay, I've got Mingo on a cross, right, and then I've got Chark who's on a curl. It's not great for this, but it works. Okay, so the big thing here is to make sure, because what happens with 2-man is 2-man is automatically shaded under. Okay, it's automatically shaded under. So we're going to be able to beat it over the top. Okay, but we're not going to be able to beat it over the top into the safeties. Okay, so you have to figure out whether they're shaded inside or out. So what I like about this play is now we're looking at a play that has an answer for a shade inside and a shade outside. Okay, so if you shade inside, Thielen's going to be open. Okay, if you shade outside, Mingo's going to be open. All right, does that make sense? A user that's running a match or man and picking up the cross, do you pretty much just go backside post curl? That's usually going to be where you're going to end up. So what I'll do is you got it for with the Berserker. That's a good question. What I do with that is I'll do the double under tag. Okay. Because if they're taking away the crosser with the mic, they can't play the other side. They can't. Yep, there you go. Great call, Buff. So now, if he wants to sit there and he wants to play that, that's fine. But guess who his guy's supposed to pick up and match? Supposed to be the under. Right? It's supposed to be the under. So if he wants to run and play the crosser, fine. That means the backside crosser is going to come wide open across the field. That makes sense, Berserker? Right, so the other thing I've been toying with this, and I obviously I have some other options here because of what I have. I've been playing around with the post here. Okay, let me reset this. Not what I want to do. Reset the play. All right. The other thing I've been playing with is putting a Z on a drag and putting a running back on a wheel. Okay. The other thing you can do is put a post if you have it. Like it's the simple stuff is there, but right. I should have thrown the post on that one. But again, if you see things that are going to be dead on the front side, like that, I shouldn't have thrown that. If you noticed, did you see him playing outside leverage on him? Okay, that's when I don't throw that. Okay, so now I could have thrown it. You got my the backside post curl there, Rez? Or Portland, like that. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Portland. That's actually why I don't like the Y crosses that are in the regular stuff, because what happens, for me anyway, is if that Y gets tangled up, in that press right there, in those two routes, the spacing is totally off. And I don't know if anybody saw it. I was talking about the spacing in the game being off. That's when the spacing gets off. Spacing, and the big thing about this offense is the spacing in this offense is designed to where everything is coming into the quarterback's eyes. Okay, so this is not an offense where you go, okay, this is what I'm throwing, wide zone, and I'm running Indy right now, so I'm doing it a lot with my offense now. Okay, this is what I'm running on this side. This is what I'm running on that side. Okay, it plays a lot that way. But I don't like it that way. Okay, I don't like it that way. But I've been playing around a lot with the two-man stuff, just to kind of see where things went with that. So I would have inside zone here, and I would 100% run inside zone. Or a draw. Okay, versus two-man. Okay, you can still run the play. It's fine. It's going to be good. All right. Put him on a zig. That. Okay. Yes. Bam, there it comes, right there. So there's lots of options. Like if you have, and I'm gonna try to stop using the HRM stuff, just because not everybody has that. There are lots of options to really get stuff, open for your receivers. I'm in a dime here, so let me go across. Pick a coverage, any coverage, guys. we not seen? We haven't seen palms. In particular, they don't have much in whatever this is. I'm playing in my season stuff, so practicing in it. See, what do I see a lot of? Tampa 2, you got it. All right, so a couple things about Tampa 2. Number one, we know the pole runner is that linebacker, right? So in real life, we're going to tell this Y to run right down the middle of the field, okay? And when the pole runner tries to try to run with him, he's going to curl up. Obviously, it's not going to happen in game, okay? Right? It's not going to happen in game. So, looking left to right across the field, where are my corners? They're up at 5 yards. Screams cover 2. Okay, so the only thing I don't know is if it's a Tampa 2 or a cover 2. So I know the safeties are split. They're over top of my slot receivers. That tells me it's not quarters. Okay, it's not. It tells me what the coverage is. So I know it's cover 2, some form of cover 2. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Some form of cover 2. So I'm still going to read it the same way. Okay, I'm going to peek the X. Okay, I'm assuming Y is going to be dead, or excuse me, the H is going to be dead because I've got a guy sitting in the flats there. Okay, so Tampa 2, I'm probably killing the H, so I'm not even going to read it. Right? I hope that makes sense. I'm not going to read it. Right? So what I'm getting at now is I've got to look at the deep routes. Okay, I've got to look at the deep routes. 2, 3, launch it. Interception. There you go. This is one of the things that the game has actually gotten better at. Is they play cover 2 way better, especially Tampa 2, way better than what they used to. Okay, way better. So those hole shots are hard, right? But what's this? Okay, you catch it right. Okay, or let's see, where is it at? I want to go flat route. Pull the corner right now. You still have a shot at it. Okay, putting him over there now. Obviously, I'm not hitting it right there, so I'm not gonna mess with it too much. But you still want to go back in the middle. Again, progression doesn't change. Okay, progression doesn't change. Nope, 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 nope. You go. Nope, nope, nope. Oh. Yep, you're right. 100% right. Put him on a fade like that. Helps him get an outside release on it. A little better for the fade. There it is right there. No, he doesn't get pushed inside if you manual. There you go. There's your fade. Goes outside. Now he has a shot. Now I threw that late. Right? But again, no, ball. It helps if you don't get hit. Faster you get across this, obviously I see everything down below. No, ball. Do it that way. Okay. We're way too high. Try not to bullet that, by the way. I'm doing a bad job of that on the stream. I'm doing a terrible job of that on the stream. Now, the other piece to that is to turn it something like this. Terrible throw. Nice job there, Bryce. 90-something accuracy, throwing it way over there. But just regular, bang, 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 throw the back. And the big thing in the air raid is don't be afraid to throw the back. That's why we get him out. Just throw in the back. Okay? That's why we do it. Alright. Actually, nope, dang it. I don't want to do that. Let me go. So the thing about this playbook, there's two things. So this playbook does have Y-cross here. You're more likely to get a nickel. What? Let's go random 3-3 will. So we'll get some blitzes and that kind of stuff. Okay. Now, what you should see first off of this, okay, is number one, X's route is terrible. Okay. He's probably not going to be in the route anyway because I see the corners are off. This is some form of cover 3, probably a blitz just by alignment. Okay. I'm going to put him on a fade. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my running back on an out. Okay. Put him on an out. The progressions don't change. Okay. Don't change. I'm probably looking at the Y first. I'm going to look at the running back first. I'm going to peek the X. Look at the running back first, which is technically the H in this offense. Okay. Running back on that side is still the H typically. They don't really run much green anymore, so they don't really flip. Okay. To the Y on the cross, everything's the same otherwise. Bang, bang, bang. There we go. Ball's out. Of course, he dropped it. Okay. Then put it on there. And there's my sack. It's a rookie. All right. Should be a dead giveaway on coverage, right? A giveaway on coverage. Okay. This has got to be two-man. Right? You can still go double under. I did this completely wrong. Out left. Out right. Double under with the running backs. Okay? So now these linebackers who are covering your running backs have to deal with all of the speed. Okay? And they're going to cross, so it's almost got a mesh factor to it. Okay? There you go. Okay? So Y cross, it doesn't change outside of that being, dang it, outside of that being a terrible route by the X. It's just terrible. Outside of that being a terrible route, concept doesn't change. Okay? So it doesn't matter if it's that one. Okay? There are two others that I like to run. I like to actually run them a lot, and they're both in pistol. Okay? It is this one. Okay? Y cross is a little different. We'll go random 3-3 will again. Okay? Notice the Y cross is actually a little different. Okay? You end up with a tight end or a fullback in the backfield. Actually, I want to do it that way. So I like to do this out of a two-back set. So let me get, flip. Let's go there. I want him to be the second back. I want that to be Shear. Okay. I cross again. I'm going to go random. Okay. Looking at some form of cover 2. See the corners at 5 yards. Okay. Doesn't really change. Again, it doesn't change how you read it. Okay. And then what I'll do with this is I'll put him here. Okay. Instead of the swing by the up back, put him on a what do you call it? On an out left. Okay. You can do the same thing with your running back. So like you can still do double under here. That. Okay. You can still do that. All right. Still the same. Hold up into coverage. Don't do that. Right. Same progression. Okay. Oh, blitz coming. I didn't get the ball out. It was open. Try it again. Stop embarrassing me on the stream. Oh, look. It's the win. Double under. Let's go back to base. Where it was before. All right. So even here, the progression doesn't change. Now, with swing routes, I skip those, okay? I skip those for the actual read, okay? So I don't want to run that. I want to throw that. Okay? Number one, with two backs, you're likely going to get nickel, okay? That means you've got a linebacker or a safety on your running backs, especially if you have receiving running backs. That's going to cause issues, okay? You'll notice the linebackers immediately take off, which is fine. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is reading X to the Y, and then I'll come back to the check down. Okay. So what I'm looking for here is who plays the flats. Okay. So I see right now the corners are off. I know there's nobody in the flats. It has to be the running back. Okay. Well, if that running back, or excuse me, the linebacker, if that linebacker takes off to the flats, who's covering the Y? Sense? Here he goes into the flats. Okay, we covered it. I could hit. I was trying to go back to the Z right there. Again, regardless, there we go. Okay, so let's put him on a fade. All right. I'm looking at a safety down, so there's probably a blitz coming. Just put him out there. Bam, bam. This man taking the ball. Gotta throw the verticals if they try to press. All right. Now, if you ever get to it, and let's see, let's talk. I know you like to run the, let's see, where is it? This one is very similar. This Y cross is very, very similar in that it has that particular Y cross. Notice the Y's route is kind of more of a bend, okay? The way that's supposed to be, obviously, that they obviously either didn't know it or didn't care. There's a blitz coming at me right here, by the way. They didn't know or didn't care is the stair-step route that is on the spread Y slot Y cross is actually designed for man coverage. So you're going to stair step him to create leverage. So every time you break to the left, you're creating separation from that guy. So you're pushing vertical, make him run vertical, break, you break across the field. You're actually creating your separation. This one is actually more of a zone set, okay? But again, progression doesn't change. So I'm seeing blitz here. You see the safety down. Over top of that, there's probably a blitz coming. There it comes. Bam, ball's out. Okay? Now, just so we see it, guys, again, progression does not change. Progression in the air raid offense is all there is. And I know there's a lot of people that disagree with that, and that's fine. But that's all there is. Okay? So Y cross here, this is the stair step I'm talking about. Okay? See the stair step right there? That is designed for man coverage. It is all off on the game. Okay? Now, in trips, I actually don't like this anywhere near as much. I know Buff likes it more than I do. Okay? Buff likes it way more than I do. I do not like the check release. I'm trying to get this guy out of here. Okay? But again, progression doesn't change. Okay? You're either going, you're gonna peek the X, which is Harrison here, go to the Y, go to the post curl and Mingo, go to the backside flat, okay? Or you can start on the front. There he goes. First read, right there. Okay? Blitz doesn't matter. Getting the ball out. Okay? Be aware of what's happening. I'm gonna put him on a fade. Right? Now I'm looking at this. I'm seeing cover 2. Right? I'm seeing cover 2. Nope, it's not. I'm going to get him, though. Right, I saw safety rotation, so I threw it. Okay, he played outside. Safety rotation, I threw it inside. Okay, so now we're sitting on a cover 1. Okay, possibly a blitz coming here, but it's probably some form of cover 3. Yes, no, no, no. There it is. Every single time. All right, this is definitely a blitz coming. Thanks. I mean, when you're averaging 10, 11 yards and that much rack every single time. There you go. It's the same. The progression doesn't change. This is why it's my favorite play. Okay? It doesn't change. Love this play on third down calls. You can run it on any down, but it's got answers for everything. Okay? It's got answers for everything. I would love to be, excuse me, love to be able to put this guy on a wheel, but obviously that's not an answer here or something I can do here. The H on the other side there. But do you guys have any questions? If anything you think I need to add to that? By the way, in honor of the pirate, I'm drinking rum tonight. The one thing I will do out of 3x1, just while I'm thinking about it, is I will actually take this guy, put him underneath. Okay. Again, this goes back, Berserk, to guys that are trying to run with the cross. They can run with the cross if they want to, but you're going to have a guy sitting right where they need to be. You know what I mean? This guy's going to be sitting right there. Chase the cross, that's fine. I'm going to get a completion anyway. Okay? So we've spent about an hour here, guys. 56 minutes, looks like. So I'll sit on here for a second. If anybody has questions or they want to see something specific, the one thing that, and this is more just a general knowledge thing, the big thing with 95 and Y cross, let's go. So the big thing with Y cross is this outside route. Drives me nuts that Madden does this. Okay, we teach this X to take 2. Okay, let me run this real quick and I'll show it to you. We teach him to take 2. Right? What take 2 means is you are running down the middle of the field. You're running down the middle of the field to take 2 guys. So you're going to see this guy here and this guy here. We want you to run right between them down the middle of the field. Okay? We want to run right between the middle of the field. Right? And what that does for us is, number one, that corner is probably going to play over top because it looks like a post. It's going to look like a skinny post. He's going to probably play over the top unless it's palms and this guy comes flat right now. Okay? He's going to play over the top. This guy has to make a decision, okay? Because he now has a post going over top of his head, right? Post going over top of his head, and this guy on the Y cross coming in front of him, okay? So now you're getting a high-low. Understand, this is, we talk about Y cross. Oops, I just went back into it. About Y cross, it is a weak flood play, okay? Flood play. So if you have HRM or have a receiver that can do it, you can put him on a post. A lot of times open your Y up. Now, obviously, in this particular coverage, I'm probably running the football. Okay, I'm going to still read it, but if I put him on a post, I'm going to look a little harder. Okay, that's going to open up your Y. You see the safety run off. Okay, so that post on the front side, post on the front side is going to open up your Y. Okay? Just for shits and giggles. I'm sorry about that. Just for giggles. I'm going to put him on a zig and get him out of the way. Post. Nope, not there. Nope. See the linebacker? The linebacker stayed inside. Everybody see that? Probably because I put that guy on a zig. Watch this guy right here. See how he ran back there and walled him off? Now, in real life, what I would expect is he would sit down right here. He would become a curl. Okay? Obviously, Madden doesn't do that. So what that means is he's taken over the grass he's trying to run into. Okay? So you can see there, they're in the grass he's trying to run to. He's in the grass he's trying to run to. I'm immediately going to him. Okay? Just put him on a... Oh. Put him... That was a corner route. Not what I wanted. I want to post. Okay? Again. Post. Safety goes. Oh. Linebacker stayed. There you go. Aggression stays the same. Okay? So, any further questions on Y Cross, guys? So we've been in an hour, so if you got something specific, I'll put it up here. I'll pull it up. I'll answer questions. We got Buff in here with us, so we got a lot of good stuff going here. Appreciate it, Johnny. Appreciate it, Berserker. All right. Other questions? All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you. Do me a favor if this is something that you guys want to do a little more often. I'm on Christmas break, so I've got teacher work days tomorrow and Wednesday. I'm home. You know, we're not traveling much for Christmas. So, and I know obviously we got games going. I know Philadelphia's playing right now, or was, and then everybody's playing in their CFMs. But if there's another air raid concept you guys want to sit down and talk about, I'm more than willing to do it. So just let me know. I appreciate you guys. I'll hang around for a minute if anybody wants to ask questions. I'm here. Making some room for the pirate. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and hope you have a great night. Talk to you again soon.